All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something huge in the world of construction and design, building information modeling, or, BIM. And right off the bat, we're going to smash the biggest myth there is about it. So take a look at this quote from BIM expert Abdelhamid Bilmaris. Most people believe BIM is a piece of software. It's not. Whoa. Okay, that one sentence is pretty much the key to this whole explainer. It's the central mystery, right? If BIM isn't the software, then what the heck is it?
Well, it turns out that while we all know the big names, programs like Revit, Allplan, or ArchiCAD, those are just the tools. They are not BIM. Think of them as the hammers and saws. BIM itself is something way, way bigger. It's a process, a collaborative philosophy, really, a totally new way of working together.
So if it's not the software, what is it? And more importantly, why should you even care? Well, to really wrap your head around the answer, we have to travel back in time a little bit. We need to look at how we used to design buildings before BIM. And believe me, it was a process that I can only describe as the blueprint juggle. And yeah, it was messy. And this blueprint juggle name, it's not an exaggeration. The chaos was real. It came from this old-school traditional design process, a totally siloed back-and-forth cycle that just created endless confusion.
Okay, so just picture this, right? The architect draws up their plans, their vision, and they create a 2D file, a .dwg, and email it over to the structural engineer. That engineer does their thing, adds their work, and sends it back. Great. Now the architect takes that updated file and sends it to the fluids engineer. See where this is going? Every single expert is locked in their own little bubble, working on their own version of the truth. And what happens when the architect needs to, say, move a single column? You guessed it. The whole fragile cycle of emails and file transfers and final_v2_final_final.dwg starts all over again. It was a complete nightmare to manage.
And, this wasn't just about being inefficient or a few headaches for the project manager. No, this had serious, expensive, real-world consequences. The poor coordination we're talking about, it led straight to costly mistakes and things being missed on the actual construction site. It caused massive delays that just blew budgets to pieces. And you were constantly fighting this battle against conflicting information, where nobody was sure which set of plans was the real one. So obviously, the industry knew this couldn't go on. There just had to be a better way to do things. And all that frustration, it's what really sparked this incredible technological evolution, a journey away from those flat, disconnected drawings towards something with depth, and way more importantly, something with actual intelligence. I mean, think about the journey we've been on. For decades, everything started on a physical drawing table. Then, boom, the 80s hit, and we get 2D CAD, which was revolutionary at the time, right? It digitized the whole thing. Fast forward to the early 2000s, and we start seeing these 3D surface models with tools like SketchUp. That was another big leap for sure, but it was still just a pretty picture. The real game changer, the breakthrough that altered the entire landscape, was the arrival of the BIM object model. And this, right here, this is the absolute core difference. A simple 3D model is what you'd call dumb geometry. The computer sees shapes, a cylinder or rectangle, but it has no idea what they are. We look at it and know it's a column. But in a BIM model, the computer also knows it's a column. It understands the object and all the crucial data that comes with it. The best analogy? A simple 3D model is a picture of a car. A BIM model is the car. Okay, so how? How does the computer know all this stuff? What's the magic that makes this model intelligent and, this is the really important part, shareable between all the different software and all the different teams? Well, the answer is this kind of secret ingredient for the whole industry. It's called IFC. IFC. It stands for Industry Foundation Classes. And honestly, it's the real hero of this story. Now, IFC isn't a brand, it's not a piece of software you buy. The best way to think of it is as a universal translator for the entire construction industry. It's this neutral, open file format, like a digital Rosetta Stone, that makes sure an architect using one program and an engineer using a totally different one can both work on the exact same intelligent model without losing any information. It's the common language. And the real magic of an IFC file is that it holds two kinds of information together. First, you've got the geometric data. That's what the object looks like, its shape, its size, its location. But then you've also got the semantic data. And that's what the object is, its properties, its material, its purpose. What it looks like
and what it means. Let's make this super practical. In a simple 3D model, the computer just sees a rectangular shape. But in a BIM model, the computer knows it's a wall. And it knows its exact dimensions, the material it's made of, its thermal resistance, and even how much it costs. The old model sees a cylinder. The BIM model knows it's a structural column, it knows its precise location, the strength of its concrete, and exactly how much load it can bear. You see the difference? It's not just a drawing anymore. It's a database that you can actually see. So, when you combine the super intelligent model with that common language, IFC, you fundamentally change the entire game. We can finally leave that chaotic, siloed, blueprint juggling mess behind and move to a streamlined, truly collaborative way of building. And this is the ultimate transformation. This is the big payoff. We go from that blueprint juggle with its dozens of conflicting files and outdated versions floating around in emails to a single source of truth. Just one. Now everyone, the architect, the engineer, the contractor, the client, is looking at and working from the very same shared intelligent model. A change made by one person is instantly, automatically visible to everyone else. No more confusion. The source material puts it just perfectly. This whole thing is about so much more than just slick technology. It's about people working together. When professionals are united by a common language, we are stronger. And that's exactly what BIM, powered by that universal translator, IFC, gives us. It provides that common language. So when you boil it all down, the real genius of BIM isn't the software you install on your computer. It's the collaborative process you adopt. It's a fundamental shift in mindset, from working in isolation to creating in harmony. And that leaves us with a really big forward-looking question to think about. If this is what we can achieve when everyone speaks the same language to build a single building, what else can we build when everyone, everywhere, speaks the same language?